Welcome to the 2K26 MyPlayer Builder. Everything in this video is going to be focused on center builds, and these aren't going to be any of the game-breaking builds or some of the crazier builds that others might post, but this is basically how I'm going to approach making my first few builds of the year that fit my playstyle. All the badges are the same as last year, although some of the badge level thresholds have changed. I do recommend just scrolling through all the badges and especially the takeovers before starting your builds, as there are some that have been changed and combined. You'll also want to keep an eye on the badge tiers, as some of those are going to shift based on your build height, and that's going to be important to keep in mind with the max +1 and +2 badge perks. The animation glossary can also be helpful at first as you're getting used to all the requirements and making sure that you're hitting the minimums for all the animations you want. The first thing I noticed, other than having 7/4 builds, is that the max wingspan is only 6 inches higher than each build height, versus 8 or 9 inches for centers in 2K25. In 25, a 7-foot center with max wingspan can only get a 74 3-ball, but in 26, a max wingspan 7-footer can get up to a 78 3-ball, so there will generally be higher 3-point ratings with the lower max wingspans for all the builds. I always prefer to be slightly undersized to have a speed advantage over some of the bigger centers, especially with 7/4s in play this year. But after looking at all the center heights, 7 feet still seems like the perfect sweet spots for me, so that's likely where I'm going to start my builds in 2K26. I like to start with the minimum attributes for key badges that I want my centers to have, and then customize each build from there depending on how I want to play. With all those attributes, you have what is a really well balanced center build in my opinion, with shades of Embiid, Sigma, and Wemby, and the name of Backline Break Starting Bully. If you've watched any of my content, you know I play and post a lot of my career, so I also messed around with the potential build that I'm going to be using for the whole year. I focused on high driving and standing dunk, block, and rebounding, with some steal and playmaking since I basically run point with my center. So if I don't end up making a shooting build for my career, I'm likely going to be running something similar to this build right here, which is basically what I used in 2K25. I also tested out some lower wingspan builds to see what kind of shooting badges you can get. The first one is a 7-foot build with 7'2" wingspan that gets gold set shot specialist and bronze limitless, while also still being able to get 99 rebound and 99 strength. The next build is 7'2" with 7'5" wingspan, so you're still able to get limitless with the 83 3-pointer, as well as 99 rebound. Still decent speed for a 7'2" center, and then you're still able to get that 91 strength as well. Basically, it seems like there's going to be a lot of variety of center builds this year with different heights and weights and wingspans that are going to be able to do a little bit of everything. Once we see how easy it is to get all the cap breakers and badge perks, I'll probably adjust to better optimize my builds, but this is just a quick look at the types of builds that I'll be making first for Rec and MyCareer in 2K26.